All right, welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what messages come out for you. What messages do you have for the viewer at this time? What messages do we have for the viewer at this time? All right, what messages do we have for the viewer at this time? Someone could be bumping heads. Doesn't necessarily have to be, or someone that you care about is bumping heads with someone else. Because normally when my deck bumps, and that's my confirmation. What messages do you have for the viewer? We have body and soul in reverse. Someone doesn't feel connected. Ears wide open. Either someone doesn't trust themselves, or someone doesn't feel connected to someone. This is definitely giving me the ears wide open, the Page of Swords. We have a wish upon a star. Thank you for the like. We have a birds of a feather. This is giving me, it's kind of like, say you're in a good mood, right? And then someone comes around with you with a different type of energy, and you find yourself in that energy, and you didn't ask to be. Choose your company wisely at this time, because it can take you out of balance, especially if you're trying to manifest something. Because before I came and did this read, I pulled the daily pull, and the 7 of Cups came out, which means whatever you set your attentions to, you can manifest that and bring that in. But then also, I made it very clear of not being lost in daydreaming. Attaching yourself to what it is that you desire at this time. I am saying that it's not everyone, but what it is that you desire is, on the outside, it may be something desirable, but in reality, it's not the best option at this time. It's like the question is, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want this type of company? Are you sure you want to build this type of person? Are you sure you want to involve yourself, insert yourself? Because it's definitely going to cause an imbalance with self, where you could lose yourself in the process. Let's read this. You may be feeling like you're unable to communicate, because this body and soul is letting me know that someone is being submissive to things that they don't want to do, or you're being submissive to a decision that's truly not a decision that you want. It's like someone saying no, but they're saying yes. And when they should say no, that's when it's a yes, if that makes sense. Someone is choosing to do things their way with this body and soul in reverse. But you're being watched with this ears wide open, so be mindful of what it is that you say. Because there's gossip with the birds of a feather pertaining to what it is you're trying to call in, or the desires or the matters of the heart at this time. This into me is not giving me that someone is full of themselves. Someone is at a point where they have to make a choice. Some of you already made the choice and you're realizing that it was the wrong choice. It says, yes, things can be awkward and uncomfortable, viewer, as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is right for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally. The birds of a feather. But in the end, you are the one you've been searching for, wishing. Into me, I see. You are being watched here. It says, one day you will remember how beautiful. One day you'll remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. So it's about making a sound decision. So it's like someone could be scared to say no. Someone could be scared to say yes. And I feel like the choice is based off what's being ruminated. Gossip, trying to prove, of needing to be right, or trying to prove an expectation of some sort. I'm also seeing that there's a person that you have inherited some type of manipulation where you can get what you want, but you're choosing not to go that route. Going that route will close the gossip of others, but there will be a sense of you losing yourself. Okay, Three of Wands, confirming this wish upon a star, calling it in, paying attention to detail, keen energy, paying attention to the communication that's coming in and out, what's being said, what's not being said, and being awakened to a truth. Some of you are realizing who's against you and who's for you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune with the Judgment. This is favor. Holding your boundaries with the King of Wands here. This is, I mean what I said, and what I said is what I mean. Look at that. All of this fire energy. The Two of Wands here on the side. With the World. Don't get lost in what people are saying, or don't get lost in gossip, especially if you don't know the facts. Because being attached to what it is you're trying to call in, or what it is you're trying to change, again, can cause a sense of unbalance and allowing someone to find your weaknesses. and playing on that with this birds of a feather and this ears of wide open. Foxes are greedy and they're manipulative, looking at it in a negative aspect. You know, they're going to take things that don't belong to them. This is the go-to person that knows how to get things done, and you don't need to worry about how they made things happen for you. And there is a sense here with the Two of Wands of not just about taking control moving forward. It's just more so like you have more power, like of inheritance within yourself, and being able to use those and manipulate those powers that don't cause you to feel like you've done something wrong. Choosing what's best for you. And it feels like the situation and circumstances, you may feel the act of selfish, which makes a person feel selfless in a sense. Let's take a look at this body and soul in reverse, viewer. Someone is hoping and wishing to change for betterment, but it's hard to detach themselves from what they are connected to. You may be feeling bullied in a situation, or you may be feeling entrapped when it comes to people, places, and things. Yeah, because body and soul, it talks about taking care of yourself and seeing yourself as the complete package, especially confirming with this into me I see, knowing your worth and knowing that you have capabilities. I don't want to say someone is scared. Someone is trying to prevent confrontation. The question that is, can you be at ease within yourself? You doing you with pride and self-worth. Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body, a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you are here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. Whoever these birds of a feather, right? They see your capabilities, and you may not need them. So there's intimidation here. It feels like there's a disturbance. And it's kind of like being so over it and so done. It feels like petty energy. So boundaries are definitely needed with the King of Wands. And whoever is in this energy of the birds of a feather are definitely awakened to truth, but they are not acting on it. It's like people know you're a good person, or people know your worth, or people know your capabilities, and they're not acknowledging them. They're trying to make you feel less than because they have fear of their own independence. They only have independence when they're surrounded by others. But they don't have solid independence standing alone. You have that. You have this halo where you can make whatever you want happen. Let's see about this birds of a feather here. Every time I say birds of a feather, immediately I'm hearing flock together. Have you ever been to a park where you go to a pond and there's different types of birds? Different birds stick together. And the only time they communicate with other birds, it's very straight to the point. and then they go their separate ways. And then you have a circle of birds, right, that are bullies as well. This is giving me that energy. If you conform to these birds of a feather that flock together, you wouldn't have confrontations, but there's a sense of losing your own self-identity, trying to fit in to where you do not belong. Okay. It says the concept of belonging is playing an important role in your life currently. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection. For now is the time to thrive in the community. And that's where I'm feeling like someone's like you can get what you want, but I feel like there's a part of you saying that's not the route that you want to take, because you feel like you're not fully going to operate in who you are. It's kind of like someone's acting to get what they want and then trying to find a way out. It says what you will find is deeper and more expansive, and a more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yourself to others and sharing ideas, hopes, and dreams. Let me look at shadow energy. Confirm this birds of a feather, please. Because looking at it in a positive light, viewer, this birds of a feather, if let's say these are good people with no bad intentions, but once you finally get in, you start to see the errors and the flaws, and it's kind of like you look at yourself and you're like, I'm not this kind of person. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's like binding yourself into a situation, right? It's just kind of like everything goes good, and then you're able to be awakened to starting to see and realizing that this connection, it places you where you need to be in life. But tell me about this body and soul in reverse. Look at your wishes are met the night, your wishes are granted the Knight of Chalices. But it's kind of like you're going to have to play out. Like when you're mad, you're not supposed to act out on it. When you're feeling some type of way, you have to mask it, because you're definitely being watched to see who you riding with, who are you committed. But all along, it's like inspired to have a certain role in life in your journey. But what's being revealed here is that you're stronger than this situation or attachments. Tell me about this ears wide open. The Queen of Wands. Whoever you're connected with or getting ready to associate with, you can't act off of emotion. And if you're looking for someone to solve a pity party or to nurture you, it's not happening. These are heavy hitters right here. These birds of a feather are heavy freaking hitters. Like, so be mindful of being impulsive or doing something reckless, because that will be held against you. These are people who can make your dreams come true, or they can take it away just because all of a sudden someone in the group doesn't like you. Let's get a goddess oracle. What message do you have for the viewer? We have fairness. When it comes to your dreams, your inspirations, your hope, and at this time, this is the same card that came out. I can't recall the reading that I just did, and pertaining to, let's see what messages come out. But it had something to do, let me see. Now is not the time. It's like go with the flow. It's go with the flow, because it's going to place you where you need to be, or get something done that you need to get done. Let me see what the name of that reading is. A viewer, that reading is called The Truth is Being Hidden by a Lie. So you may find some gems in that reading, because quiet time was in reverse, meaning someone was not, it wasn't being quiet. I don't know. I feel like this is giving me now. This is a learning experience that's going to bring fulfillment. But be mindful that the connections at any time, they can make your life a living hell if they choose. So it's kind of like, try to figure out how not to burn bridges. Okay? Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you and I.